Resident Evil 2 is a zombie horror game that took remakes to a whole new level. It took the world by storm and cemented itself as one of my favourite horror games of all time. However, will that change with today's video when I platinum it? PSN Profiles gave it a 5 out of 10, a minimum of 6 playthroughs and a total playtime of 30 hours. This is my first ever platinum trophy run on the channel, and I thought what better way to start this series than by replaying my first ever Let's Play, so be sure to like and subscribe for more. Resident Evil 2 Remake has a total of 42 trophies with 28 bronze, 9 silver, 4 gold and that coveted platinum that only 2.9% players have achieved on PS5. We will be playing through all 4 scenarios on both standard and hardcore, while the challenges will be regulated to the assisted difficulty. Remember, we're just trying to go for the platinum, no need to make it more difficult on ourselves. So with all that information out of the way, let's begin Resident Evil 2. Our story starts with Claire Redfield as we arrive in Raccoon City searching for our missing brother. After a series of unfortunate events in a gas station and a car crash or two, we make it to the RPD, earning our first trophy. Inside, we are greeted by Marvin, one of the few surviving officers. He tasks us with finding the 3 medallions and sends us on our merry way. Upstairs we find the lion medallion and crack open a safe, earning our second trophy, along with a weapon upgrade we can't use just yet. Eventually we make our way to Leon's desk, open it, sorry Leon, and collect 2 more trophies, customizer and the basics of survival. Just beside his desk we open another safe to grab a hip pouch upgrade and the associated trophy with it. At the same time we grab the Lateral Hold'em trophy for boarding up some windows. Progressing further through the RPD, Marvin calls us back to the main hall. On the way, we make sure to grab the unicorn medallion. Back with Marvin, he tells us Leon's arrived and shows us how to find him. We place the unicorn medallion and move on.
You can make it to that courtyard. 2nd floor, east side.
Okay. Thanks, Marvin. I'm on it.
After a brief conversation with Leon, we send him on his way, grab the cutting tool and the round handle, both of which will help us through the RPD. Behind a locked door we pick up a detonator, head upstairs to the showers and get another trophy for opening a portable safe. In the STARS office we pick up the battery for the detonator and loot the area, but before we leave we shoot our first Mr. Raccoon, getting us yet another trophy. Once we use the detonator we grab the maiden medallion and make our escape, only to be attacked by a licker. Thankfully we stun it with a flashbang and pick up the Keep Their Heads Ringing trophy. We return to the main hall, place the final medallion and unlock that secret passage.
It's like it leads underground. Good. Get out of this hellhole. Hey Marvin! Guess what? I think I found a way out.
We both know how this is going to end. Get out of the city.
I can't just leave you here.
Claire, please, go. Do this for me.
With heartfelt goodbyes and tears in our eyes, we make our way underground without Marvin. Beneath the station we encounter Sherry for the first time, and after a brief conversation we're met with our first major boss fight.
Hello? Hello? Do you need help? Here, you can take my hand.
He's right behind you.
William Birkin in his G1 form is a brutal fight, with him chasing you around the arena, but if you have a combat knife or acid rounds you can make short work of him, something I forgot to do. During this fight we earn another trophy for counter-attacking with a sub-weapon, and after a little back and forth finally managed to take him down. We continue exploring until we get to the parking garage. Sherry is kidnapped by a mysterious man, and after dodging some lickers, looting some zombies, we find a book telling us exactly who he is.
You better be taking me to my mom.
Absolutely.
Bastard is the police chief?
After rooting around the chief's room, we see plenty of keycards locked behind a metal door that needs 2 electrical plugs to get it working again.
Thank God. A key card.
Making our way through the RPD a second time, we earn a trophy for shooting a grenade. We fed to a zombie, picking up our first electrical plug along the way. Dousing the flaming helicopter with water, we are introduced to Mr. X, and upon shooting his little hat, we earn ourselves yet another trophy. Seeing the zombified Marvin, we put him to rest, say we are sorry and continue moving, as Mr. X is hot on our trail.
I'm sorry.
Although being chased by Mr. X has its problems, we make it to the clock tower, and after solving its puzzle, we are rewarded with another electrical plug. Heading back down, we're immediately punched in the ribs by Mr. X, and just as soon as we recover, he does it again. Upon solving the electrical puzzle, Chief Irons calls to tell us to return something we took from him.
Hello?
Good to see you again, Claire. We've got unfinished business.
There has to be a way out of here.
During this segment, we briefly take control of Sherry, solving her puzzles, which may have taken me a few tries. We earn yet another trophy for escaping quickly. Sherry's section is all about stealth. After teaching Chief Irons why you should always handle chemicals with care, we hide until we can steal his key and make our escape. On the second try.
Doors locked. Game over, Sherry.
After getting the key the second time, we make a mad dash to the front door, only to discover that it's locked from the outside. With no other options and nowhere to go, we try hiding back in the room where we got the key the first time. With Irons catching up to us and nowhere to go, we are saved by the most unlikely of people, William Birkin. For now, Sherry tries to hide, hoping and praying that Birkin doesn't notice her as well. Back as Claire, we immediately get a trophy for Sherry's segment, and while making our escape, we collect another. From Mr. X chasing us to battles with dogs and zombies alike, we fight our way through the streets of Raccoon City until we make it to the orphanage, slamming the doors behind us.
Hello? I have the pendant!
After investigating the orphanage, calling out for Sherry, we bump into Irons, who blames us for being too late, and we see what Birkin has done to him. Reuniting with Sherry didn't exactly go to plan because she warns us that Mr. X is slowly on our trail. Sprinting through a hallway, we make it to an elevator, only to be stopped by him prying open the bars. When all hope seems lost, we get our hero in the name of William Birkin. Plunging his claws right through his chest, he tears Mr. X in half, and deciding he isn't done yet, decides to jump after us, collapsing the elevator and sending us down below. Annette Birkin wakes us up, informs Claire to stay away from her daughter, and proceeds to disappear behind the door, leaving Claire with more questions than answers. This time we are now in the sewers. Searching for chess pieces and noticing Sherry pleading with her mum, we tell her that we are coming to rescue her once again.
Sherry, I'm coming!
Upon opening this final safe, we earn the Master of Unlocking trophy, proving Jill isn't the only one to hold that title. While running through the hordes of zombies, we are introduced to the Geodudes. They are quick, hide in the water, and have a devastating grab attack if you don't escape from it. Heading downstairs, we get the treatment facility key, which we then proceed to use to unlock a shortcut back to the RPD. We will need to return there one last time. Reopening the secret passage, we head to the Red Room to develop some film. And after seeing the two locations, we make our way there to retrieve our treasure, while also earning ourselves another trophy. Back in the sewers, we head down a ladder and into the flesh pit, dodging Geodudes and making our way to the King and Queen maze puzzle. After a few back and forths with the door, we secure both chess pieces and a new weapon, which will be electrifying in the upcoming fights. One chest puzzle later and we open the doors to Sherry, and after activating the power, we are stopped by Birkin once again, which leads us to our second boss fight of the game. G2 Birkin is fast, has longer reach and is quicker on his feet. However, using all the items we have accumulated over the course of the game, we can easily bring him down, earning ourselves another trophy for beating him in just one use of the crane.
Have I got a surprise for you?
Reuniting with Sherry, we are informed by Annette that she is infected with a G virus and it's too late for her. However, after some pleading from Claire, Annette tells us of a laboratory in the nest that might have the cure to save Sherry's life. We rush Sherry to the cable car and head to the nest, unlocking another trophy for escaping the sewers. Inside Nest, our goal is to find an antiviral agent and synthesize a cure. So after laying Sherry down to rest, we take her wristband and set off into the lab.
Antiviral agent. That's it. That's gotta be it.
Entering the cafeteria and getting bitten by a hidden zombie, we find a level 2 chip from a Dr. Lee and use it to proceed further in. We then find a recording telling us the antiviral agent is in the west area, which requires a level 3 chip to access, so it's off to the east area to hopefully find one.
Antiviral agents in the west area.
The east area looks to be overgrown with vegetation, which has mutated the zombies here into IV zombies. These guys are a one-shot kill if they grab you without a way to counter-attack them. Grabbing the empty solution and solving another set of puzzles, we head off into the lab for a refill. Exploring the facility, we find a signal modulator, which after backtracking to the cafeteria, we turn on the power and collect our final pouch, earning us another trophy. Back in the east area, we turn on the power, cool down the solution, and finally have a way to deal with the vegetation.
Dispensing solution now.
So much for the weed infestation.
One level 3 chip later, it's time to make our escape, but not after setting a few of them on fire and getting grabbed by another. Over in the west area, Claire believes we have been met with a roadblock, only to find that the pendant was the key to getting the antiviral agent. As we begin our return to Sherry, we are interrupted by Birkin one more time, with Annette showing us the best way with dealing with him. After she's tossed to the side for not finishing him off, it's up to us to put a stop to this madness. 5 flame rounds, 15 acid and a whole lot of bullets later, Birkin finally drops and we can return to Sherry to administer the cure. However, it turns out Annette beat us to the punch and with her dying breath, begs Claire to save her daughter.
Save my daughter.
One heartfelt kiss from Sherry later, we both begin to make our escape.
Sherry, walk faster. I don't want to rush you, but we have to go.
With the lab self-destructing, we make a run for the train, but not before Leon calls us to let us know we don't need to worry about him and to just escape.
Alright, did something.
Claire!
What? Leon? You're down here too?
Look, you need to get out. Fast.
I know, I found a way out.
Don't worry about me. Just get out of here.
Damn!
Birkin returns for the final time in his G4 form. It's a fast, chaotic battle, but we use everything we have to bring him down, including our newly acquired minigun. With Birkin finally finished, we escape with Sherry on the train. Leon somehow catches up with us and we all leave Raccoon City for the first time, earning us both the Heroin Emerges trophy for beating the game
Leon!
and the Sizzling Scarlet for beating it with an
It's so
S-Rank.
good to see you.
I told you we'd make it, didn't I?
You did.
With 24 of the 42 trophies down, we'll be moving on to Hardcore Leon B. This run will be focusing mainly on the differences in campaigns, the cleanup of miscellaneous trophies. We will also be using the infinite ammo pistol which was given to us for getting an S rank on standard. So let's begin with the second of our 6 playthroughs. Leon B switches things up from the start. We enter the RPD through the side gate instead of the front and the pace picks up immediately. So after surviving that ordeal, we reach the chain door and Leon gets his new uniform, which is outside for some reason. We continue through the RPD as normal, collecting the medallions and some trophies as we go. One of the biggest changes, however, is Mr. X. He shows up much sooner than his A scenario counterpart. However, if you know that he spawns at the STARS office, you have free roam of everywhere else to do whatever you need to do. With X being faster, tankier and stronger than his standard counterpart, you either need to put him down or run away. Another key change is how we don't protect Sherry, instead we're protected by Ada Wong, and he's working to take down Umbrella with an informant Ben who's been locked up for investigating Chief Irons and his ties to the orphanage. Unfortunately, like many other Bens before him, dies before he can do anything to stop it, leaving me wondering why is the name Ben so cursed in media.
Irons? You mean Chief Irons? Is he still around? He's the bastard that locked me in here. Hey, I'll make you a deal. Unlock this cell and I'll give you this. Come on, don't be an asshole. Hey, you need this!
I told you to get out of here. You wouldn't want to end up like Ben, would you?
You knew him?
He was an informant.
During my adventures to get the electrical parts, I accidentally pick up another trophy for shooting a dog out of the air, which honestly did not look like that to me, but I'll take it. One electrical puzzle later, we collect Ben's keycard and a recording of him and Annette talking about the G-Virus. As we begin to leave, we get swarmed by all the locked up zombies. Knowing it's a fruitless endeavour, we take the alternative route only to spot Mr. X. After barely escaping, X smashes through the wall, catching up to Leon, who is then saved by a quick-thinking Ada and a highly explosive truck.
Nothing dies down here.
A small nighttime walk with Ada later and we meet up with another sad change that is Kendo, a survivor who only wanted to protect his daughter from the nightmares outside.
What they did to us.
You're a cop. You're supposed to know something. How did this happen? Huh?
After Leon is unable to answer what's happening in Raccoon City, we see his infected daughter call out to him and he asks us to please leave him alone. How we enter the sewers is different to Claire's. Instead of the orphanage, we go through the giant hole in the road, and after talking with Ada about not leaving her, we fall into the sewers to immediately be attacked by a giant zombified crocodile.
Leon, get out of there!
It immediately gives chase, and after one explosive encounter, we meet up with Annette, who is not happy we are here. She fires upon us and claiming we will never get the G-Virus, and Leon, being the hero that he is, takes a bullet for Ada before passing out.
You'll never get the G-Virus!
Here is where we get a segment similar to Sherry's but also very different. We play as Ada, who after leaving Leon behind, chases down Annette while dodging zombies and using an EMF hacking tool to manipulate the various power boxes. It's a little less hectic section of the game, but when Mr. X appears, it does add a little urgency. We also pick up the trophy for shooting the last Mr. Raccoon statue. After finding Leon's version of the wristband, we are locked in a furnace by Annette, who gives us just 60 seconds to escape. Which are low successful, Annette drops us into the trash pit, earning ourselves another trophy for completing Ada's segment. The series play out almost exactly the same, with the key differences being instead of saving Sherry, we save Ada, and upon completing that, we head down to the nest where our objective is to get the G virus instead of curing Sherry.
That was easy.
After finding Birkin again, we learn that Ada isn't who she says she is. And after a heartfelt plea to not take the G virus, Annette interrupts, shooting Ada, who eventually falls to her death.
Take care of yourself, Leon.
No!
During our escape, Mr. X reappears and after getting blown up is seemingly dead too. We put the plugs into the elevator and begin our escape, only to be interrupted by a now mutated X. This boss fight is both exciting and scary as X is quick on his feet, has plenty of combos, and when damaged enough gets a one-shot kill ability. However, with enough time passing, somebody drops a rocket launcher, and after 2 shots into Mr. X, we earn another trophy. Now, here is where the final difference appears. Although it looks like we have escaped, something has joined us on the train.
I'll go. You take care of Sherry.
Leon bravely decides to head to the back where he finally meets the fully mutated G5 Birkin. Although the fight was extremely close, we managed to beat him, and with the true ending unlocked, this is where I learned the B scenario S rank is under 2 hours, not 2.5 like I initially thought. With some more trophies collected, we move on to the challenge runs. With 2 playthroughs finished, I slowly started going to autopilot mode. I have my map for all the puzzles, I know where all the key items are, and with one of the already 2 hardcore playthroughs done, it's just a matter of cleaning up the miscellaneous trophies and finishing those challenge runs. So for this part of the video, consider it a blend of the next 4 playthroughs as I slowly descend into Resident Evil insanity. We start our 3rd run on Leon's standard, rushing all the way to Ada's segment, and without any guns we finish it and get the trophy for only using her hack tool. Practice makes perfect, it seems, as we finish this campaign in under 2 hours, earning ourselves the S+ and another trophy. Our 4th is the same as our 1st. We ride into town, get saved by Leon, and end up at the RPD. I can't say much about this run as it played much like the others, but we managed to clear it and get the trophy for Hardcore Claire. Before starting the challenge runs, I decided to take a look at Lore Explorer, which shows you how many files you have found, but it doesn't tell you which ones you have found. Now, the only ones I can think of off the top of my head would be the ones in Leon B, as I basically just ran through that while collecting the ones that I've seen, but there is the notes from Claire, which I believe I did not pick up. And with this assisted mode done, we managed to get ourselves both Frugalist and a small carbon footprint, which only leaves Minimalist, Lore Explorer, and the final hidden trophy remains before we get that platinum. On the 6th and hopefully final one, I make it to the Stars office for what should be the final document of the run. Is it you? Yes, it was. There we go. Lore Explorer. Read all the files. I knew which ones I was missing, and damn it, I'm glad I found them. Now we just need to beat this run and one more. I just want to put this here to clarify. I got the trophy for killing 3 enemies with a grenade, but I have no idea where I got it, and going through my recorded footage I could not find it, so maybe I didn't record that, but I did get it at some point, so I'm just putting it here in the video, I guess. After 2 hours, hopefully no item boxes, we are yet again at Birkin 5? I still don't know, but he is going to yell at us, he is going to climb up, he is going to roar, and we are going to wait for his eye, because apparently he doesn't take damage during all of this. We just have to wait. We wait, we wait, we wait. And it only seems quite fitting that I end with 3 rocket launchers, because the other times I've had to do it with pistols, with machine guns, with a knife. So finishing him off with the most powerful weapon in the game actually feels like justice, even if I am on the easiest difficulty. And there we go. So now we just skip, We skip again. And where we are, minimalist. Which is to clear the game without opening the item box. With only 1 trophy left, well technically 2 with a platinum, we will be moving on to the 4th Survivor. The 4th Survivor story stars Hunk, the unkillable side character who fans have loved since he was first seen back in the original Resident Evil 2. This mode gives you ample weapons but limited health and ammo. This part of the game perks me right back up as I needed to use all my previous playthroughs to make it through zombies, dogs, G-adults, Ivy and Mr. X himself. Without a doubt in my mind, the behaviour of the zombies and G-adults seems ramped up as I was grabbed and floored more times in this mode than my 6 playthroughs altogether, resulting in my first death by an Ivy as I had no more sub-weapons to free me from its grasp. The second one wasn't much better as I finally made it to the last part of the IPD just to get grabbed again by another Ivy. However, the third one, I did it. I saved all my ammo, used the Magnum a lot more, and with me getting to freedom, I earned that final trophy and the platinum, thus completing Resident Evil 2. Good. Good, well blind. Just one. Just one. Thank you, big dude. You managed to scare them for me. I think I made it out. Woo! Third try. Third try. Third try. And with that, we get Grim Reaper. And with Grim Reaper comes the platinum. My god. After 7 times in Raccoon City, you know what? I'm ready to call it a night. Resident Evil 2 is a brilliant game from start to finish. I enjoy the environment, the scares and the overall gameplay that had me planning my moves in every new area. However, by the end of it I was so focused on getting the challenges finished that it became more like a chore than a playthrough. I do agree with PSN profiles, this game isn't hard. It's not easy, but it never had me feeling like I was stuck as there was always another approach I could take. If you know your way around this game, you can easily cut that 30 hours down to 15 like I did, or even lower if you are a better player than I am. Overall, I still say this game is great. It was definitely fun to return to, and I highly recommend it for people who want a good horror game. The different scenarios do give it a lot of replayability, and if you're going to go for the platinum like I did, I still say it's worth it, because the game is just that fun. This marks our first platinum on the channel, and the first step in a new direction. It honestly feels like I'm starting YouTube all over again and finding my way, but with your support, it makes it all worth it in the end. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe because I enjoyed recording this. I hope you enjoyed watching, and as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening and goodbye.